Fast fashion versus slow fashion. Slow fashion is characterized by timeless collections with high-quality clothing that lasts. It is the opposite of fast fashion, which is associated with short consumption, throwaway products and often unfair trade. For centuries, clothes were made by tailors and home seamstresses, who delivered made-to-measure work. This only changed with the invention of the sewing machine and the mechanization of spinning, weaving and knitting in the 19th century. Clothes were now produced in standard sizes, on a large scale. At the end of the 19th century, women's clothing was sold for the first time at the price of a week's salary. A stunt for those days. For the cheapest coats at other retailers, you paid at least 3 times as much. When around 1980 the first real chain of retail stores opened their doors, offering clothes at lower prices, the ready-to-wear industry really took off. The fact that ready-made clothes could be offered at such low prices had everything to do with the globalization of the clothing industry, and the shift of production to low-wage countries such as China, Thailand, and Indonesia. From that moment on, you could buy the latest trends at bottom prices. But, textile products have a tremendous ecological footprint at all stages of their lives. There are more clothes produced, consumed, and thrown away than ever before. The current linear, take-make-dispose model, followed by the textile industry, is putting enormous pressure on our planet, its resources, environment and climate. ECOS, Environmental Coalition on Standards, is an international NGO that published the recommendations for applying eco-design to textile products that can be perfectly applied in a business model. Design products and systems for longer lifetimes. Focus on toxic-free, circular products and materials. Make products easier to reuse, repair and recycle. Limit microplastics release from textiles. Promote raw materials that are sustainably and ethically sourced. Introduce extended producer responsibility for textiles. Introduce a product passport to ensure traceability and transparency. We need to reduce the use of virgin resources, and extend the useful life of textiles. Designs must enable clothes to last longer, prioritizing life-extending measures, such as durability, ease of reuse, repair and remanufacturing. We need to enable the reutilization and recycling of materials, keeping in mind that the waste hierarchy should be applied at all times, and favoring value retention through prolonged use over material recycling.